After spending weeks testing every major AI video generator out there, I can tell you that they are not all built the same. Some create cinematic masterpieces that feel straight out of a Netflix trailer, while others are better suited for animations, anime-inspired visuals, or fast-paced short-form edits. And I get how frustrating it can be when you're staring at 5 different tools and have no idea which one fits your specific goal. So in this video, you'll discover which AI model is the perfect fit for your specific type of video, the unique strengths and weaknesses of each model, so you don't waste hours testing them yourself, and how you can use all of them in one place without having to hop between 5 different tabs. But before we jump into the comparisons, let me quickly explain how this is going to work. We're going to test 4 of the biggest and most talked about AI video models available right now. Each one will be given a unique prompt, but all of them will follow the same general idea. Why? Because every model has its own quirks. Some perform better with cinematic scenes, others shine with animation-style visuals or fast action. So instead of forcing one single prompt across all of them, we're tailoring the input to fit each model's strengths while keeping the core theme the same. And here's the cool part. Later in the video, I'll show you a simple prompt template you can use to generate optimized prompts for each of these models. With that said, let's get started. Alright, so the first model we're going to start with is Google VEO 3. Now, Google VEO is basically Google's flagship AI video generation model. It's designed for creating highly cinematic, coherent, and controllable video outputs. It supports things like realistic lighting, accurate depth, and smooth dynamic motion, so it's great for more dramatic or high-end visual scenes. The tool I'm using to access all of the AI models we'll be showcasing in this video, including VEO, is called Openart. If you want to follow along as we go, just click the link down in the description and you can walk through it step by step with me. So to create the video, you'll start on the Openart homepage. On the left-hand side, there's a menu. Just click on the Generate Video icon. For this demo, we're going to use the text-to-video option, so I'll go ahead and click that. Once you're inside, you'll see a drop-down menu where you can choose the model. Since we're starting with Google VEO, I'll open the drop-down and select VEO 3. Now, when it comes to writing prompts, we're using a special template that's designed to work with any of these models. It's simple. You just type in the name of the model you're using and then describe your idea in plain, friendly, conversational language. This template is optimized to work with ChatGPT. So you paste it in and it gives you a prompt that's tailored specifically for the model you selected. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll type in Google VEO and then write out the idea I want, which in this case is a young woman weaving through a neon-lit city alley, pursued by shadowy figures. Once I do that, I just hit enter, and that's it. ChatGPT gives me the full prompt. A young woman in a hooded jacket weaves urgently through a narrow, neon-lit alley in a futuristic city at night. Rain slicks the pavement, reflecting bright signs in blues, pinks, and reds. Shadowy figures follow in the distance, their silhouettes barely visible in the glowing mist. The camera tracks alongside her in a steady handheld shot, capturing her tense breath and quick glances over her shoulder. Occasional flickers from broken neon signs pulse around her. Dramatic, moody lighting with strong contrast and scattered ambient haze. The atmosphere feels tense, gritty, and cinematic, a blend of cyberpunk energy and urban suspense. Now I'll take that prompt, copy it, and paste it directly into the prompt box inside Openart for VEO. One cool feature with Openart is the Auto Enhance toggle, and I recommend keeping that on. What it does is take your prompt and automatically improve the phrasing to make sure the model understands and interprets it even better. For the output resolution, I'm going to stick with the default setting, which is 720p for now. As for video mode, I'm going to choose normal just to make sure we get a good balance between speed and quality. Once that's set, I'll go ahead and hit create, and let's see what we get. Alright, so now we've got our video back, let's take a look at how it performed. The result actually turned out really cool. The first thing that stands out is how clean and realistic the alley environment looks. The neon reflections on the wet pavement, the flickering lights, the haze, it all feels really immersive. The main character moves smoothly through the alley without any of the usual warping or distortion you might expect from other models. Her motion is fluid and believable, with solid physics. You can feel the urgency as she runs. What's especially impressive is the scene complexity. There are glowing signs, rain effects, background figures, and even light interactions on surfaces. And Google VEO keeps it all cohesive. Nothing falls apart. It looks cinematic and stable from start to finish. So overall, this just confirms that if you're going for a realistic cinematic feel, Google VEO is a top choice. Now, of course, that realism comes at a cost. VEO is definitely one of the more expensive models to run right now. But if this is the kind of result you're looking for, then honestly, it's 100% worth trying out. It just nails the look. But if you're looking for something that delivers similarly realistic results without the high price tag, the next model we're about to test, Kling 2.1, might surprise you. Kling is a Chinese-made AI model developed by one of the major tech and social media companies in China. It's known for handling complex layered prompts really well, and it recreates cinematic lighting and subtle color grading with surprising accuracy. We're going to create the prompt using the exact same method we used before with ChatGPT, but to avoid repeating steps, I won't walk through that again. I already have the prompt ready to go. A young woman darts through a narrow neon-lit alley in a futuristic city at night. The pavement is wet, reflecting glowing signs in vibrant pink, blue, and violet. Rain falls lightly. Shadowy figures trail her in the distance, their forms barely visible in the mist. The camera begins with a wide overhead shot, then shifts to a smooth side-tracking dolly shot as she weaves between crates and neon-lit walls. Harsh lighting flickers from signs above, casting dramatic shadows and bursts of color. The scene is silent, tense, and atmospheric, rich with movement, reflections, and a moody, cyberpunk tone. What's cool about this template is that it gives us a prompt structure that works really well with Kling specifically. That means using one clear motion thread and including action words like dodges, darts, or leaps, because Kling captures those moments really well. And unlike with some other models, we don't need to stuff the prompt with extra descriptors like cinematic lighting or dust particles. So just like before, I'll paste the prompt into the prompt box. You'll notice that the last model we used is still selected, so make sure you open the model dropdown again and select Kling. Now, Kling doesn't have as many settings as Google VEO, but it does have the auto enhance feature, and we'll leave that turned on. Besides that, I'm leaving everything else as is, except I'll switch the aspect ratio to square for this one. Once that's done, we'll hit create and see what we get. Alright, let's take a look at the result. First thing I've got to say, the motion looks pretty smooth. The action just flows in a really impressive way. That said, the overall look is a little bit more stylized. It doesn't feel quite as realistic. The characters have a slightly drawn or animated feel to them. And if you look at the background, there's definitely a bit more morphing going on, which takes away from that clean, polished look. But the biggest issue I'm seeing is with the character movement. There's a moment where the character just moves to a different direction for no reason, and that breaks the immersion a bit. It makes the scene feel less believable and more AI-ish, if that makes sense. Still, considering the price, this is a fraction of what it costs to run a model like VEO. I'd say this result is definitely solid. If the look you're seeing here is close to what you're aiming for, then Kling 2.1 is absolutely worth trying out. But if you're looking for something more stylized, with super fast rendering and bold punchy motion, then the next model might be for you. Alright, so using the same prompt template as before, I've already created a prompt that's optimized for Pixverse. I'll paste it into the prompt box, and again, make sure to select the correct model, which in this case is Pixverse. Now, Pixverse gives us a few more settings to work with. What I recommend here is setting the resolution to 1080p. Anything lower than that tends to produce a really poor visual quality. Besides that, I'm leaving the rest of the settings as they are, and then we just click generate and wait for the video. And here's the result. We can clearly see this one has a much more stylized look. It feels a lot less realistic compared to both Kling and Google VEO. You can also tell that the speed of the rendering process takes a toll on quality. For example, the main character's run is a bit delayed, and when she starts to run, so are the people in front of her. That said, if you're working on something simpler, or if you just need a quick way to bring an idea to life, Pixverse actually makes sense. But if you're looking for a final video asset, or something you want to use publicly, I don't think this is the model to rely on. It's affordable, it's fast, and for the right use case, it could be a great fit, but it's not built for polish or realism. But if you want a model that is just as fast as Pixverse, but actually has way more control, then Minimax is the one to pick. Minimax is another Chinese-made model that's primarily optimized for generating short, smooth, and realistic-looking clips. It's not built for long scenes or complex storytelling. It's best when focused on one or two visual anchors in a short time frame. One thing to note is that Minimax works best with shorter prompts. It doesn't really handle more than 2 or 3 sentences well, so it's ideal to keep things simple and focused on a single visual idea. So once again, I'll take our prompt and paste it into the prompt section. Make sure to scroll down and select Minimax from the model dropdown. It's usually listed near the bottom. Minimax doesn't offer a ton of control. You can choose a duration between 6 and 10 seconds and the quality. For this one, I'll go with 1080p. Other than that, I'll turn on auto enhance and then click create. Now that we've got the video back, let's take a look. Right away, you can tell the quality isn't quite on the same level as Google VEO or Kling, but for what it is, it's actually pretty solid. The movement is smooth, the characters behave decently, and while some of the background people do morph a bit, it's nothing too distracting. Overall, it looks clean and presentable, especially for a short asset. So if you're building something like a short form edit and just need a quick visual to add some aesthetic or movement, Minimax is a really solid choice. It's fast, it's simple, and it gets the job done when you're working on a tight timeline or smaller project. So now you actually know which model is the best fit for you. If you're going for that cinematic, professional looking style, then go for Google VEO. If you want something in the same lane but at a lower price point or with a slightly more animated feel, then Kling is a great option. If you just need to quickly visualize your ideas and bring them to life, go with Pixverse. And if you're a creator working in short form or need quick, clean visual assets, Minimax is definitely the one to pick there. And the best part? All of that is available in one place using Openart. If you want to start creating videos like these, no matter the model or use case, just hit the link down in the description, sign up for Openart, and jump in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.